ZX14. You can fire it up.
All right, what's up, everybody? Flashwing out here at Arizona Bike Week. We're out at the I believe it's Westgate. I always get Westgate and Westworld mixed up. We're out here at Westgate, which is the Glendale Arena in Glendale, Arizona. And I got Big Al in front of me. And we are going to be riding a crap load of bikes today. And first up today is the new, oh my goodness, the new ZX14, which is ginormous, to say the least. All right, I just got to remember that the shift pattern is completely opposite of the R1. Man, pegs are a little bit higher than I thought they'd be. All right, so we're gonna be kind of doing a rapid fire review today. Wow, this thing is, it's huge. It's huge. Gigantic.
I like it.
It's comfy. You really can't get tucked in on this bike. You may not need to, though. It's very stable, easy to balance. The mirrors don't really do too much. And of course I can't hear the motor because it's a stock exhaust. It's got a good amount of power though. I mean, that's kind of the given, right? It's the, you know. I keep forgetting that I'm not in GP shift pattern. So let's see what other fun bits you got on here. We do have a fuel indicator. That's nice to see on a bike made in the 21st century. So the seat feels very comfortable. It's nice and cushy. It's got a good amount of spring to it. It's not too hard, but it is solid enough that if I needed to do any maneuvering, you know, if I needed to get off the seat at all, I have absolute confidence that I could. I don't know too much about the power modes or the traction control for this bike.
You only need first gear.
What's that?
You only ever need first gear.
Right, I know. But it does feel very stable, especially at lower speeds. I don't feel like I have to spend a tremendous amount of effort to keep the bike balanced. Yeah, the shifter would need to be adjusted for me a little bit. I think I need to be. I feel like I have to be a little bit farther forward. I'm enjoying this bike. It's really nice. The peg position feels a little cramped for me. I'm 5'10", about a 29-inch inseam, so I'm mostly all torso. And that shifter, I have to really work to move that sucker. Yeah, there's Big Al. He's testing the. I imagine if I leaned my butt back and I expended some effort, I could get tucked. Yeah, man, my left foot hurts just from working this shifter. Whoa. It's quite flickable. No effort and no real resistance on the bars. I didn't look to see if there was a steering stabilizer. It's got power to it. I think the one problem with the seating position is, as a result of me not being able to tuck, this thing pulls me way back. Like, probably part of the problem is I need to move farther back in the seat so I can get a little bit more leverage, because otherwise you're kind of just, you know, you go from that transition of holding the bars to, you know, like resting your hands on the bars, to holding on for dear life. That downshift felt a little better. That was neutral. That shifter is really hard to work. I would venture a guess it's just me. Oh man, I don't know what it is about these pegs, but my left foot's killing me. I definitely feel that seems to be the only thing about this bike that I do not like, is I feel like my legs are seriously cramped, and I must be putting a lot of pressure on my left foot, because my left foot really hurts. Man, there's not much to the rear brake. Take some turns. It's very flickable. I mean, yeah, it doesn't feel difficult. You know, I just get a little, just move my body, shift my weight towards the direction of the turn, and I mean, I have real light pressure on the bars. I'm just providing nice minimal inputs, and then the throttle feels pretty solid. I don't really have any complaints about the throttle at all, and it needs a new exhaust. I'm not a big fan of any stock exhaust systems on bikes usually, because I love to hear the motor. That also helps, especially for RPM and like rev matching and stuff like that. I tend to listen more than anything else when doing rev matching. Oh, it's just like, oh, it's so easy. So easy. There we go. Like, the downshifts have got to be solid. Got to put some oomph into it. I find those tight maneuvering corners to be challenging on the R1, but on this bike they're very easy. Again, I think that some of the feeling of stability for this bike gives me a lot more confidence, even though in practicality I know that the R1 is not going to slip or fall over, but just the nature of the bike at low speeds, because this, you feel like you're sitting a little bit more in the bike with the ZX14. I mean, you're still on it, but I feel like I'm a little bit more in the bike than I am on top of it, which is good. It's got good acceleration. I just have a hard time finding I just like have a hell of a time holding on. So like, freeway is still very flickable. Very flickable. It's a little bit more resistant, but you know, that's naturally going to happen. But it feels great. It definitely feels like a bike you could ride a decent distance. I mean, for me, the peg position is a little much. I don't like the difficulty with having to tuck. So these are my conclusions. Just something to keep in mind. Every bike is going to be different for other people. It's very stable. It's very stable for low speeds. It's very stable for high speeds. It makes it easy to ride. It's very easy to balance at low speeds. And as a result of that, it gives you a tremendous amount of confidence in just everyday riding, taking tight corners, you know, maneuvers that you might, you know, low speed maneuvers where stability is an issue. The suspension feels pretty nice as well. It does feel a little on the softer side, but that's great for street riding. Like, I'm hitting these bumps and they're just sucking them right up, no problem. Definitely plenty of speed. Again, it's a ZX14. I would expect it to be very fast. Let's see. Things I don't like. I don't like the seating position as much as I thought I would. It's mostly, I imagine it's mostly to do with my size. I'm not a gigantic guy, but I got a little bit of a gut on me, and I probably need a little bit more time with this bike to figure out the optimum position. But when you hit the throttle on this sucker, it really pulls me back a lot, and I spend more time holding onto the bars than I can, you know, giving it a light press. The pegs are also a little high for the bike for me. I'm not too sure what the you know, solution to that's going to be, but ultimately I understand that's going to be, you know, just an aspect of the bike. For whatever reason, my left foot, I think I was putting a lot of pressure on my left foot because my left foot was very uncomfortable. I'm getting a little bit more used to it now. It's not quite as bad originally, but these are just my first impressions. I like the bike. I don't think the ZX14 is bad at all. I don't know if this would be a bike for me, to be perfectly honest. I'm not super impressed with it, but I'm by no means an expert. And again, because, you know, because bikes can't be adjusted like cars can, it is very much about the fit. I imagine if I had a little bit more time with this bike, I might like it. But compared to my R1, I definitely like my R1 a lot better. But it is comfortable. It is stable. I do like those things about the bike. That does make it enjoyable to ride. So I'm really glad I had a chance to take it out. So we're gonna have plenty more bike reviews today. We're gonna ride the Z1000 for sure, and then I don't know. We're gonna pick some crazy Harley and Indian stuff. So stick around, guys. We're gonna have more, and we'll see you out there.